Yeah. Yo, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Bruce Knight.
And brother Corey Williams. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, and we here on BMT Plus, man, Block Movements Television, talking about some real things going on. The world is acting up, the world is cracking up, but the world is blacking up too. You know what I'm saying? We getting strong out here, man. So y'all better be aware of that.
Well, y'all know me, brother Corey. I've been on here a few times. We trying to bring this gangster intellect to you, and I got a video that I want to share with y'all today that came across my timeline, and what I think, and I get a solution to this problem that's happening right now about a year ago. So I'll bring that up as well. So here we go.
But Doge led by Elon. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Doge led by Elon Musk has proposed making significant cuts to the Section 8 program. Now, this will affect about 3.5 million low-income families and landlords and property owners who depend on those payments from Section 8. They're also talking about reducing the Section 8 staff by 50%, resulting in delayed payments, delays in inspection, and all things Section 8. Now, here's my personal opinion. Of course, I can sympathize and empathize for people who depend on those programs. Having family members and people within the community, I know how this news may feel. But the truth is, Section 8 was never created or intended for people to stay on for a lifetime. I do believe there should be time limits, maybe 5 years, so it gives you that time to go back to school, where you can secure employment to get housing where you can go in the market and pay those competitive rent prices. Also, it gives an opportunity for the new people in a new group who can benefit from these programs to be ushered in. Also, with those who are disabled or senior citizens, I don't believe that programs should be touched for them because there's no way they can go out in this market and afford that market rental prices. So if you are on Section 8, know someone on Section 8, Doge is putting you guys on notice. Get your affairs in order because this program will not look like what you've been accustomed to within the upcoming months. And that's just the truth. I don't know if you guys heard it.
Yeah. Huh. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. And like you were saying earlier, man, if you're gonna cut it out for everybody, the old people too, because they've been on it the longest.
So everybody has a set of morals. You have an ethic code. Most people sympathize with children and old people, right? And so, as the young lady was saying, she said, well, maybe we should make some room for new people to take advantage of this program. Why are we focused on making more poor people?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to stop her right there. Why are we focused on making more poor people? First off, it's going to affect 3.5 million families, okay? 3.5 million is roughly 1% of the population of the United States.
Yeah. Family
could mean 2 persons in a household. It could actually mean 1 person in a household on Section 8. Yeah. It can mean multiple people. So let's just give it, let's say 10 million, maybe 12 million people. I don't know those numbers for a fact, so don't quote me on those. But let's say it's 10, 12 million people, 15 million. I'll give it 15 million. That's not a lot of people.
That's not compared to the world.
That's not a lot of people, and there are people who realize that Section 8 does affect the taxes that's taken from them, and it helps these people, do what they're doing. Now, she said she empathized and sympathized with old folks. What you have to remember is some people that have lived in Section 8 their whole lives.
Their entire lives.
That's all they know is Section 8.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to kick people out on a certain time frame, you actually might need to start with the old folks.
That's what you're going to do.
If that's what you're going to do, you might need to start with the old folks because they've actually had more time than anyone else to, quote unquote, get their stuff together. Quote unquote. That's what she said. And so my thing is, why are we trying to create more poor people? Here's my solution, okay? And this isn't just people who are on Section 8. This is anyone who's renting. And anyone who is renting in this price market if a single state decided, I'm not going to pay rent anymore. There are some cities that have 1 million people in them. We have some cities that have 2 to 3 million people in them. Can you imagine if a third of the population of a city said, I'm not paying rent anymore until these prices get down to a reasonable price? Listen to me, people. There is no police force that is 1 million men strong. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Not at all.
There's no police force that can go to those people who said, I'm not paying this landlord any more of my hard-earned money for it to just be squandered in rent. I have to live. I have to survive. Let me tell you something. If 1 million people stand strong together in any city and they say, we're not going to take this shit anymore, somebody got to listen. And the people who should be listening is your state legislators. Y'all worry about the man who's sitting up in office around that might affect 3.5 million families or 10 million to 12 million people. Do not quote me on that. Again, those are just numbers, just doing my math. But the wrong thing, folks. We were worried about the wrong thing. And so when are we going to unite in a way that shows them that we recognize our power, we recognize what we mean to this economy? There was a statistic that came out too long ago. It said black people in America spend $2 trillion. $2 trillion on luxury goods and services.
Yeah.
$2 trillion. How many of those luxury goods and services are owned by black people?
Yeah.
If we got $2 trillion together for ourselves, it ain't 2 trillion black people on this planet.
Sure isn't.
It's not 2 trillion people on this planet. We sitting at roughly 6 to 8 billion, somewhere in there, 7.4 billion people on the planet. Black people could end world hunger by themselves. The ones in the United States spending $2.2 trillion on luxury goods and services, black people could end hunger on the planet.
Yeah, and it's a shame to say this, but I mean, me personally, I really wish it would, but I don't think that's going to ever happen. That's the only thing with us black folks, man, with us black people, man, you know, is first of all, we're races against each other. You got blacks and Africans that don't get along because of the separation of the country. You got blacks and dark-skinned Indians that don't get along because of the separation of the countries. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing we're gonna need to do is recognize that if we do come correct, if we do get 500,000 black Americans, 10,000 black Americans
to get organized
and just organize it, make a donation of $25 a week. That's $100 a month, and we do that for 2 months, and just start buying
land. Land is the game. Land is the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They keep telling y'all that we got this old power grid, this old energy infrastructure that is so vulnerable to physical attacks. We're talking about physical attacks. We're talking about if someone cuts the switch, boom.
Yeah.
A pipeline. We have 3 energy grids in the United States. Look them up yourself. That's all right. You can look them up yourself. If something physically happens at any one of the checkpoints on that power grid, the entire United States is going to fall apart. Now we have to deal with cyber attacks. We have these cyber attacks that are possible now, where we're dealing with hackers. We're dealing with the unethical kind, what we consider to be unethical. And we have ethical hackers. who are on the side of the American people or the American government at least. And so, but we're also finding out that a lot of times the American government isn't even on the side of the American people. And we voted these people in office. Some of these people have been in office our entire lives, which is what we're seeing is an issue. And so we have these legislators who are supposed to be listening to the people. I can't tell you how many times I have heard about the rent being too high. I have friends who pay higher rent than I pay in mortgage, and all of my stuff went up as well. Yeah. My stuff went up as well. We in my particular area of the city, we voted to raise our taxes because we believe that our teachers deserve higher pay because the rent's so high. We said, yes, we'll pay those extra dollars because the work that this particular school district is doing a phenomenal job. And we believe in those teachers because those teachers believe in our kids. And so you hear these things about all these different cuts happening, cuts to the Department of Education. Well, we've been doing without. And so what we decided to do where I give my time to my community is we're going to invest in us. Yeah. And so the people resoundingly said, yes, we will raise taxes for X amount of dollars so that it can go to the teachers. That includes the public schools as well as the charter schools that are in our district as well. And it must be used to pay those teachers because our students are worth it. And so what you're seeing when they're cutting the Department of Education, they're saying, oh, they're too wasteful. They've been doing these things and these things. And none of that matter. None of that matter because we're not going to get that money back. And the only solution that they're ever going to come up with is to raise the taxes on the people. So if they're going to raise the taxes on the people, most of these people are renting anyway. Then why the hell would I be paying rent next door to the same to my neighbor who's also got kids in school? And they paying the same high-ass rent. And the folks down the hallway, they paying the same high-ass rent, and they got 2 babies in school too. You know what? Who they gonna kick up out of here? Who they coming to get? With what army? And when you figure that out, that those federal employees, that federal employees don't deserve their paychecks. She a federal employee too. Yeah. She's a federal employee too. And then you got some of these federal workers who were all super gung-ho Trump. Like, oh, Trump's going to fix it. Trump's going to get... No, you were hoping that Trump was going to get those people. Yeah. Where they're coming from. Those people. And this is the Department of Government Efficiency. And so their sole purpose is to make us efficient. Now, whether you disagree or agree with some of the statistics that have been put out about their efficiency level with these contracts that have been slightly paid or half paid, none of that matter. None of that matter. You voted off principle of hate instead of looking in the mirror and saying, I'm not efficient for my job. Yeah. That's what you did. That's what you did. You said, I want them to go get those messing up my way of life. But no, it's you that's messing up your way of life because you're not efficient at the job that you chose. So, bad. Well, you can look at it that way. Now, I'm not hating on those people because those people aren't me. And I don't wish any evil on anyone like that. Like, I don't want anyone kicked out of here because they're taken from me. No, I'm a man. I work. I provide for my family. I do what I'm supposed to do. I still wish a motherfucker would. I'm a Christian. But I'm not Jesus. I'm more like Peter. I'll cut your goddamn ear off. I mean that shit. But I don't try to impose my will upon people, which is what those people who are crying now, man, I wish they never voted for Trump. No, because you got caught not doing your job. You got caught not being efficient. Yeah. And so you were okay with somebody else getting fucked while you weren't doing your job.
And it caught up.
And now it's done caught up with you. It's done caught up with them. And so now they hurting.
Yeah.
And now they crying. And they like, he took my job away and this, that, and the third. No. You lost your job.
Yeah.
Just like anybody else would lose their job. If the economy was down or bad, you still probably could have lost your job. They got to make cuts. And guess what? You were so inefficient, you just got cut first.
Yeah.
You got cut first. And so if we do end up going into this recession that people are predicting, then I really just think a lot of the rich folks are just trying to tank the market so they can dump more money into it and then build the market back up. But that's just me. That's just a little conspiracy theory on the market right now. But yeah, you would have been cutting into during the recession eventually. Yeah. Eventually, yeah. You might have lasted a little bit longer than your neighbor. But why are you hating on your neighbor though?
Hey, we gonna be words, man. We gotta pay these bills. This block movements, man, don't go nowhere. Just keep your ears to the speaker. It's the block. What's going on? It's not even coming up for me now. Oh yeah.
Look like it.
All right, y'all. We back at you, man. That's the word. Remember, man, y'all can also check us out on our television station. We're on Roku TV. We're on Amazon Fire Stick. We're on Google TV, Apple TV, Chromecast, and just like Hulu. Except you might see us on there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We got more than just movies. That's why we are BMT Plus. That's BMT Plus. Absolutely free to download it. Check it out, man. It's a lot of knowledge on there and a bunch of great movies, man.
That's right. It's Brother Corey again. Welcome back. We still got some more stuff that we're gonna talk to y'all about. Hey, if you want to look me up on social media, you can look me up on Instagram, Big Will for Real. 4 is the number 4. Everything spelled just like that. Y'all already understand. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then you were speaking about the, getting the teachers more money, man. I want to iterate on that.
Okay.
Even because their jobs are hard. Their jobs are hard, and it's more than just dealing with having the knowledge to teach a child. Because that takes knowledge. If you don't know, how you gonna teach a child? So you gotta have patience,
right?
Driving, you gotta have the will to want to do this, because nowadays these kids aren't being raised properly.
No, they're not.
So they're going to school and they're doing and saying what the hell they want to these teachers. You know what I'm saying? And then I want to compliment you on whatever school you were speaking about as far as how well they're doing there. And in order to do well at a school now, you have to have security.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure there ain't no guns on the property. You got to make sure kids aren't getting hurt. You got to make sure the kids aren't getting killed. Because these nowadays, bro, these kids aren't like we used to be. We go in the bathroom and fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or else wait till after school and meet you at the
bus ramp.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't nowadays these fools is coming to school with straps,
it's crazy,
guns. Man, when I was that age, I didn't even know where to get a gun.
Bro.
That shit was on TV to me.
For me to see a gun, I had to go to the house. My grandma and my grandpa's house to see his guns up on the wall, his hunting guns and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Wasn't no pistols stuff everywhere like that. Nah, man. My mom I'm the oldest child of a single mom of 4. Mm-hmm. And my mom was married to my father and my younger brother's father. So they were both born in wedlock. So not your normal baby mama drama type situation, none of that stuff. And so my mom raised us right. Like we didn't do all that craziness. And Like the number one thing was don't make your mama look crazy when you out there in them streets. And to this day, like I feel the same way. Like if my mom sees this, like what is she gonna think? You know, first thing that happened when the talks about Project 2025 started happening, my mom called me. She was like, "You ain't out there crusading, are you?" I said, "No, I ain't crusading. I ain't crusading." She said, okay, because I just felt it in my spirit that you might be. I said, no, we're not doing all that. And we had a little conversation, which a lot of the Black community is having right now. A lot of the Black community is having this conversation of we're on standby, quote unquote. We're on standby. We're not doing nothing right now. And then you hear on the opposition in our community as well, they're saying, but we should be doing something. But the thing that they're saying that we should be doing, taking action in whatever form that looks like, we're still not doing it. The number one thing that we should be doing as a Black community is voting for our local elected officials. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Another thing that the Black community needs to be doing is you still need to be on standby, but you need to be training yourself for the worst that could happen. The worst that could happen is economic collapse.
Wow.
That's what you should be training for.
Because
how much food do you have in your pantry that you know you're going to be able to eat before you got to go outside? Where you know where the mobs are. You got to remember, not even 5 years ago, they was punching grannies in the face for tissue paper, for toilet paper.
Right now.
Grannies.
Right now.
Like, we just talked about earlier in the video that we usually have sympathy for children and old people. No, grannies was getting punched in the face for toilet tissue.
Yeah. Hey, that's facts, man.
This is chess. It ain't checkers. And if somebody told you something different, they lied to you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you can't defend yourself, if you can't feed yourself, and if you can't trust the people around you,
yeah, that's facts.
If you can't defend yourself, if you cannot feed yourself, and if you can't trust the people around you, that, if anybody ever gave you a definition other than what I'm telling you right now, that's provision. That's what provision looks like. That's what provision looks like. Protecting yourself, feeding yourself, and loving the people around you so much that they trust you with their lives. That is what provision is. They keep telling y'all that provision is money. And I just told y'all that our power grid is the most vulnerable that it's ever been. If the lights go out right now, and at sunset, people realize that the lights are out right now, by the morning, a quarter of the city will be on fire.
Man, you're right.
You need to think about that. Think about that. If the lights are out right now, by sunset, people are going to realize that the lights are out. And by morning, a quarter of the city will be on fire.
Yeah. I believe that.
Any city. Now think about one of those 1 to 3 million population cities. When you got these high rises where thousands of people live, thousands of families live, the power's off. They can't get no water, they can't get no electricity. Now it's anarchy.
Yeah.
They have been preparing y'all for the wrong things for such a long time that you think the money in your pocket can save you, and it cannot. I'm trying to tell y'all. It don't get no clearer than that. Hey, and I've been a wise man a long time, and I just turned 34 3 days ago. 34 3 days ago. Let me tell you something. It's some dark times ahead in this nation. There's some dark times ahead on the globe in general. And if you can't protect yourself, you can't feed yourself, nor trust the person that's to your left or your right, you are doomed. You need to understand that. At least in this life.
Get out.
At least in this life. So you better get right spiritually.
That's a mouthful right there. Hey man, we're gonna shoot one of these here. One of our sponsors, man. This is Ambience Tattoos, man. This is a good guy.
Nice.
And well, check him out.
Welcome to Ambience Tattoo Supplies, your premier destination for all your tattoo supply needs. Located in the heart of Colorado Springs, our tattoo shop offers a wide range of premium products and services to meet the demands of professional tattoo artists. Whether you're looking for high-quality tattoo machines, vibrant ink colors, or tattoo-related equipment, we've got you covered. At our retail store, we pride ourselves on offering the absolute best in tattooing supplies. Our premium products are carefully curated to ensure that every artist has access to the highest quality ink, machines, and needles. Whether you're starting or a seasoned professional, we have something for everyone. At Ambience Tattoo Supplies, we understand that staying informed is crucial in the tattoo industry. Our knowledge base is designed to provide you with all the information you need to make informed decisions when it comes to your tattoo work. From product information to industry trends, our comprehensive collection of articles will keep you up to date and informed. So start your journey to becoming a professional tattoo artist with our Fundamentals course. Our comprehensive program covers all the basics, from machine fundamentals to first aid and OSHA blood-borne pathogen training. Additionally, this course includes portfolio development to start building your professional presence. Join us and take your first step towards an exciting career in tattooing. For more information, contact us via phone at 719-920-2468. That's 719-920-2468. We look forward to keeping you informed and helping you succeed in your tattoo career.
All right, man. That was one of our sponsors.
Nice.
Ambience. Yeah, Ambience Tattoos, man. Yeah, lovely commercial, man. You go there, what they do is they school you and they teach you how to do tattoos.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? That's tight, man. So get there. I can't remember what the address was, but I know tattoos.
There you go.
And I know it's right up Gallia. It's going east on Gallia. It's across on the other side of Murray. You cross Murray, and it's in those office buildings to your right, man. It's a school, man. People got to go through internships for like 18 months, 2-3 years, and then they gotta pay for that internship. Well, he's got the license to school you, I think, in like 3 months, like 90 days or something like that. Don't quote me. I got to get more information. We will be talking about it though. But man, you go in there, there's a one-time payment. You can pay it in increments. Don't know exactly what his price is, but it's way more affordable than paying an internship for a year or two. So check him out, man. Ambience Tattoos. Back at you, Big Corey.
Hey, it's Brother Corey. We back once again, just trying to drop some to let y'all know, like, this is what the world is coming to right now. And unfortunately, it's just gotten to a place where it's going to get worse before it gets better. Mm-hmm. And you just need to be prepared to handle yourselves accordingly. I spoke very briefly, and I said folks need to get right spiritually. Any religion upon anyone, but like everybody knows that this life is temporary. We're only going to be here for so long, and so you got people who have told you that money don't buy happiness, yet they manipulate the market so they can make more money. So that don't make no sense, right? Yeah. And so, like, you got people who out here killing each other over $200 and a bag of weed. That don't make no sense. $200 don't mean that damn much. Like a life, you're gonna take a whole life away. Imagine how long it takes you to spend $200. Probably spend $200 in a couple of days. Yeah, if you know you got it, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, if you didn't kill somebody for $200, then you on some heavy.
You down
shit.
Bad.
Yeah,
you down bad.
So
then they just gonna turn around and they gonna put a tax on your head, because as soon as they put you in one of those prisons, they gonna make you pay restitution upwards of $300,000, and you gonna be there for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah. And there ain't nobody hiring felons, so now you got to get out. And supposedly you done took out this loan for $300,000 because they was in there feeding you crap. And you owe a house. How you gonna buy a house after you get out of prison? You know what I'm saying? You owe a house. So I don't know. It's just some of the things that they're pushing to society. Like, we already know they control the media waves. That's why a lot of y'all ain't gonna see this information anyway unless you share it to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you already know that there are truth tellers out there who are being quieted.
Yeah.
These people are disappearing because they are screaming from the listening to them. People who are hanging themselves in prison. People
allegedly.
who allegedly, like people who are hanging themselves in prison because they're just being tormented by trying to tell the truth and nobody wants to listen. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I heard a comedy skit the other day, and this gentleman said they don't kill white folks for no reason. That's how you know Jesus is black. I said, what?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. He said, that's how you know Jesus is black.
Yeah.
Because he done hurt a soul and they killed that man. They killed that innocent man. But that you've experienced it your entire life. They don't kill innocent white people.
Yeah, they sure don't.
They don't kill innocent white people.
Ah, y'all catch that.
Come on now.
Y'all catch that.
Come on now. I got that from a comedy skit. Yeah. And it was so funny to me, but he was trying to drop some knowledge.
Yeah, he was
like for real, like, no, they don't kill innocent white folks. It don't make no sense at all. Dang.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's deep.
It's crazy.
That's one to think about, man. That's one to think about. You know, they don't kill innocent white people. I mean, I'm sure it has happened. But,
probably, yeah. It could have happened a million times, but they're not famous for it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not famous for it. Like, they killed JFK. JFK was an okay white brother.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we know what he was doing.
Yeah,
he was fighting for the poor man.
Yeah.
And we know exactly what we know why they killed him. In their eyes, he was guilty of helping the ops, which was us. That's what he was guilty of. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's all he was guilty of too.
He was guilty of helping us out. But I mean, I just want y'all to love on one another. The community that you're in right now is the community that you have. And if you plan on moving, you need to be able to understand that wherever you are, you need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to feed yourself. And you need to be able to trust the people who are around you. You don't have to know them personally. Like I know all my neighbors by face. We wave at each other. We had too many conversations, but I hope they make it home every single day so that my neighbors don't change, because I don't like change. So like, I hope my neighbors make it home every single day. The same faces that's been smiling at me the past 2-3 years, I want them same faces to be smiling at me 2-3 years from now. If we don't plan to move or do something else, you know what I'm saying? Like those are things that build a security about you and around you. And like I've been in my gardening bag. I'm from Georgia originally, and so I just recently started gardening on my home last year. And so I'm very excited this year, but like, this is me keeping up with those skills of provision. Yeah. And so remember, I told y'all I was raised by a single mom. I'm the oldest of 4 boys. My mother was married when she had married to my father and married to my younger brother's father. And so it's not your no stereotypical type situation. But I went to the military to learn how to be a man because my father wasn't in my life. And so I learned how to fight on a grandiose scale. And so it's one thing to knuckle up with somebody. It's another thing to organize people who fight together, to be a unit when they fight. Yeah. And that's something that Black people don't necessarily understand, nor do they practice. Yeah. And so we're starting to see these groups that are popping up that are pro 2A and things like that. And then you might see like a video of them messing up, or something silly happens in the gun world. And so a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between the Black Power movement and the Civil Rights movement, and they are not the same. And when you read books like We Will Shoot Back and Negroes with Guns and other other civil rights books that highlight the reason why there are laws that go against the Second Amendment, that try to limit your Second Amendment rights. Yeah. You have to remember that those laws were created so that Black people could not, one, protect them. Something that you need to remember is you need to be able to protect yourself. If you cannot protect yourself, you are a slave. Yeah. You need to understand that. If you cannot feed yourself, you are a slave. Everyone is a slave in the United States to the food industry. It's only a few places that we can get food, and not too many people own enough land that they can grow enough food to feed their families. There are very few people, and I'm sure you don't know any of them. I'm sure of it. And if you are fortunate to know any of them, you need to get real buddy with them and start asking them, how do I do this for myself? How much food do I need to be able to live off on? How much food can I grow in X amount of space? These people, I feel so bad for these people who are in these urban, like super urban, I mean concrete jungle is what I'm talking about when I say, I'm not talking suburbia and all that. Like, I live on the outskirts of Atlanta. I grew up on the outskirts of Atlanta. I am not a concrete baby, touching dirt and grass and running around barefoot outside. And I knew people who grew so much food in their yard or on their land that you could walk up to their door, hand them $20, and they say, take what you want, baby. Take what you want. That's how much food that was grown where
there were so many vegetables and green tomatoes and snap peas and okra, bushels and baskets of it, man. You're giving it away. You know what I'm saying? My dad had deliveries that he was just taking and giving to people, and then I'm sure he was getting tips or something on the side too. But that was his hustle, man. He was slinging whole peas and watermelons. I remember my first job, man. I'm on the back of a watermelon truck. My dad, truck full of watermelons, and I'm on the back of a watermelon. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting that money. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, I $15, $20 in my pocket, man. I'm like, yeah, do that every day. By the end of the week, you know what I'm saying? I got $60, $60, $75. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how many penny cookies you can buy with that?
They don't even know what a penny cookie is. No, they don't. When I grew up, you can get annihilators for 5 cents. So if you had a $5 bill, you got you 20 pieces of candy, a bag of chips, or 2-3 bags of chips, a couple of cans of soda, and a honey bun for $5. You take a $5 bill, then there you might walk out with 2 honey buns.
Yeah, for real.
You might.
I can go back a little further than him. You know what I'm saying? And I was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So this is where the gangster intellect.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we all connected.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell you the exact same story that you have already lived. I'm 34. Brother Bruce is in his 50s.
50s, yeah.
So like, we are living the same cycle over and over and over again. Y'all need to understand that. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The things that you're going through right now, you're gonna get past it. Or you might not.
You might not. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just the way it's been. It's always been that way.
And then you'll never be able to control everything in life. That's impossible.
It's impossible.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even control your own destiny, although people do. They try. You know what I'm saying? If you go to college to become a doctor, then you've taken some control of your destiny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're going to be a doctor because you got good credentials, and it would be foolish not to be a doctor.
And even more so now, because the way that all of these cuts are coming down from the government, the people who are going to school to become doctors really mean they're going to become a doctor, because you're going to be paying out of pocket and you're not going to be able to get student loans for it.
Yeah, so definitely keep your head up on that one. The student loans will be getting.
We're gonna have to touch on it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to touch on it because a lot of people don't understand, like the education industry, especially in higher ed, was created to be a money scheme.
Mm-hmm.
This was knowledge that already existed. When Galileo was being called crazy for the things that he was studying in space, in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
there were universities on the continent of Africa that had been teaching it for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
They had already been teaching it. And so this great experiment that is the United States is just a way for us to forget about who we were, and what we were doing.
They're sending you through a matrix.
Everything that you've heard, everything that you've learned, you learned it that way because it was intended for you to learn that way.
Yeah.
As soon as we break free from the chains of what they want us to think, let me tell you something. The most dangerous people is a knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
Is a people who know their worth. I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about poor people in general.
Yeah.
Poor people in general. If you understand that the numbers are on your side and you vote in unison to kick those people out of office, there will be change. Excuse me, y'all. Been coughing all show. Me and the family, we got sick last week, so I'm still getting over a little bit of it, but we all right. We still gonna kick this knowledge to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me, I've been coughing half of the show. It's blocking. But yeah, man, knowledge is king, man. Knowledge is king, man. You gotta fill that dome. You gotta, like my dad used to say, you gotta use your head more than your hat rack, son.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
I came, man. I was like, dang. But it made me smart. Man. You was talking about basically what you were saying was self-preservation.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing my father
gain
taught
a sense of it.
Yeah. That was the first thing my father taught me, man. Self-preservation. Because I used to feed the neighborhood. I come home and I make red roast sausages and maybe fry some fish and shrimp and just had like 3 or 4 of my little homies in there. We all sitting at the table, man, drinking Kool-Aid and eating sandwiches. And then after the party was over, my dad would pull me to the side. He never embarrassed me.
Right.
I appreciate that about it. He never embarrassed me. But he would, though. He didn't give a damn. But he would pull me to the side and be like, son, he says, I buy that food to take care of y'all. It's for us to eat. He says, I go to work. That says, I go to work and I take care of myself. If I don't take care of myself, then I can't take care of you. And that's called self-preservation.
That's right.
You see, you have to have some self-preservation before you can just come in and feed all your friends. You got to be able to take care of yourself first. And right now, you don't take care of yourself. I take care of you. And it was explained to me like that. So rather than want to hurry up and grow up, as I grew up, I started understanding self-preservation. Helped me save money. It helped me get side jobs, you know what I'm saying? If I want slanging watermelons today, then I'm going to the Coca-Cola company. We about to hop the back fence. We're going to push a shopping cart over there and fill the shopping cart up with bottles and push that shopping cart right to the front of the Coca-Cola company and cash them in. We used to do that all the time, man. We done sold them bottles to them 10 times.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, so Jackson, Mississippi is where I was at the time.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Coca-Cola company, man. We go through that creek and push a shopping cart up and down hills, man, and bam, we go through there, man, and load them Coca-Cola bottles up, find the ones that ain't got no chip on it. Shit, take them to the front, they cash us out.
Yeah.
That was probably
that's the hustle, I guess. Yeah. Back in the day,
beating us, but shit, we was getting ours. I guess they was getting theirs.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
folks, you gotta understand that money only goes so far. It won't gain you any respect with people. People use you more.
Yeah.
Or become your friend. When you get money, you start seeing some funny people around you.
Yeah.
You get a little money, folks get funny.
They get funny.
And you need to understand that the money that we are using is fictitious. It's not real. The value that they have placed on it, they put it up on a screen for you and they play with it and they go up and down. up and down with these products that we really don't need. We really, you know what your necessities are. You know the things that you need to live, to eat, and everything has become a luxury. These things nothing. These things mean nothing. And when you get to the point that you're voting for someone, hoping that they're going to hurt someone that you don't like, and then in turn there's a mirror staring back at you, and you're like, I regret my decision. No, but you regret your decision because it ended up hurting you in the end.
Yeah.
When you made the decision to hurt someone else. Yeah. Come on now, people.
Yeah.
Come on now, people. And we got Christians. We got Jews and Gentiles. We got people of all religions thinking just like that they trying to hurt those people, them over there. And it ended up being them that got the boot. Come on now, folks. And then want to cry and make GoFundMe accounts and stuff like that. Come on now, you can't be evil then be begging.
Tricks are for kids, silly rabbits.
You can't.
You know, you gotta uphold to all. You saying, and if you think it doesn't apply to you, right? You got another thing coming.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you got another thing coming.
Yes, you do.
Even the police can't get away with certain shit.
Eventually, it catches up to them too.
Yeah,
it catches up to them too, and it's starting to happen a lot quicker because of video. Thank God. But there are still some things that get drawn out to a point where get to that point.
Yeah,
no one should feel so power hungry that you want to affect someone else's life.
Yeah,
come on now. That doesn't make any sense. They got y'all playing a game that you really shouldn't want to be a part of that game anyway. Anyway,
pay attention, y'all.
You know the caliber of man needed to produce right now. Yeah. The caliber of man needed in society right now.
Yeah, that's deep.
We can't produce that right now. Because we are so one-sided within ourselves, we don't care about community. The caliber of man needed right now cannot be produced in the quantity needed. Let me make it like that. The caliber of man cannot be produced in the quantity needed right now. We need at least 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
20, 30 years to have men that are of such principle, that are of such discipline. People that are so exact in how they behave that people really just fall in line when they say something, and everybody knows that it's for the good of all that are participating in this moment. And we don't have that. We don't have that right now. Y'all don't understand. Like y'all don't understand how much we need each other in this very moment when we have local legislators who are so focused on their own personal daily life to have excuses to not go for bills that would affect the entire community. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. They got y'all focused on the wrong thing. And eventually it will catch up to us. Even the prepared were hurt. You need to understand that. Even the prepared were hurt. Yeah. There is no amount of preparation that will stop you from hurting from what comes next. There's no preparation. It's either gonna hurt a little or it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But you are gonna hurt.
You're gonna hurt.
You're gonna hurt.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna come out of this unscathed. No, it ain't gonna be none of that. Ain't nobody just gonna be clean and scot-free. It's not gonna happen like that.
Yeah, and then that's what's wrong with a lot of people, man. They've never felt real pain. You know what I'm saying? They've never felt mental pain. They never felt the heartache of true pain. So they're so spoiled with other people's success. And what I mean by that, they're like born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Don't even know what a book of food stamps look like. You know, never heard of a EBD car or EBT car. You know, so they don't know the struggle, man. They don't know the struggle. And a lot of that shit's about to cut all the way out too.
Yep.
Food stamps and all of that, man. So I would suggest that you step your game up.
Yes.
And
you need to become knowledgeable while you can, because while it's at your fingertips, while the internet is still going, while the power is still on, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time spending money on those things that you really don't need.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things in my home that I need to throw away for weeks now. I told BK this. I told Big Brother Bruce that my New Year's resolution, me and my wife, we was gonna start filling up our dumps every weekend. Wow. And we getting shit out of this house.
Yeah.
We are throwing away the things that we don't need, and we are not buying in excess. We are not buying extra.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's too bad for me at my house, because I need all of my little shit stacked up in the corner and office spaces.
Now, man, we come across a good deal. Now, you know I ain't gonna miss out on no good deal. They better not be selling no 18-pack of Gatorade for $2. You know, I'm gonna scoop all of them up. Then I'm gonna call Big Brother Bruce, be like, "Hey, you want a few of these?" Like,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. You got anything else you wanna throw in, Corey?
No, this is Big Brother. This is Brother Corey, and I just want y'all to remember: you need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to feed yourself. And you need to be able to trust the people that are around you. And I'm out.
Yes, sir. It's Block Movements. And this is my Block TV. Hey, on your Roku dial, your Amazon Fire Stick, Google TV, the whole works. Check us out, man. Just watch us on Facebook or YouTube. Man, we are television. We are real TV. So, man, you guys make sure, what the heck am I doing? I need to make sure that I get things right. So yeah, man, you guys need to make sure that you become a part of it, part of what we're doing, and appreciate your time. If I can get this to go over there, it's not working.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. We can edit that out.
That's cool.
And that's Block Movements.